Hi guys, welcome back to another daily tarot card. These are your daily tarot cards for Friday, April the 22nd, 2022. Today we're pulling from the EA Weight tarot cards. So we're starting off with the Nine of Wands. They're talking about this charming, sexy, vicarious person that's going to come into your life. So this could be an ally. We definitely get some allies here with the Two of Cups. With me, it resonates as my children. You know, they're becoming young men. They were so sweet and said, we see how hard you're working. You know, they see how like it's been chaotic and it's been nonstop for a bit, which I'm incredibly grateful for. But they also see that, you know, mommy's tired. You know what I mean? So they sit there and they're doing things, and I didn't even ask them. I would be like half asleep, and they're just like, you know, they put away the dishes, the clean dishes. They sat there and they're you know, taking the trashes from each room and putting the papers and stuff into recycling. You know, it's one less thing I have to do. So I definitely feel like it's being the observer right now, especially our crown chakra, our eyes, our ears. You know, I feel like in a way, it's like a blessing to me is to be seen and to be heard. You know what I mean? And we always get kind of like validation for all your hard work. And, you know, so we look to get that from our partners. You know, you never think to get that from your kids. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the times, like I'm even guilty of that, is like you don't realize like what your parents do for you until you mill it out on your own, and you're doing it all for yourself, and you're just like, wow, like, you know, you didn't realize like the kind of pressure it was, you know, to sit there and make sure all of that's taken care of. So it is warm, charming, sexy, vicarious, and a good grasp on finances and success. So maybe this is like a financial advisor that helps you out here. Both emotional and a practical. This is an older gentleman, but you would never almost guess it by the way he approaches life. If the King of Wands enters your day, you could be getting an unexpected inheritance or a windfall. So with no harm to none, and so it is. You want to put that out into the universe. You don't want anyone to be harmed. So hopefully this is a gift of generosity. They were mentioning this last week, to accept the gift of generosity. Or you may simply be receiving support from someone whose energies will make your dreams or your troubles disappear with a twinkle of a warm smile. So for some of you, this could be love. Some of you, this could be highlighting someone that's already existing in your life. It just depends on what journey we're on, right? That's one thing. We always got to sit there and, you know, stay in our lane and worry about our own journeys, and, you know, not worry about anyone else's. Not try to go on someone else's lane. You know what I mean? That's their lane. That's where they are in life. You know, stop trying to chase someone else's dream. That's their dream. So we have the Hangman in reverse. So we got this with the Hermit in reverse. It's like, you know, you're missing things, you know? And I feel like Spirit is like, pay attention more. You know what I mean? And I feel like because they're telling you to take a step back here with the Seven of Pentacles. You know, you have the King of Wands, you have the Emperor, you have the Queen of Cups, and as well as the High Priestess in seated positions. So I feel like, you know, maybe you're in a cycle like myself where it's like work, 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 work. And they're telling you, you know, with us, it's Friday and Saturday are Passover closing days. You know, it's also Shabbat. But it's like, this is forced upon us, you know. And one of the biggest things I was talking to a young woman about was, I was like, you know, I'm never going to sit there and feel guilty anymore when I go through those phases where things slow down. Because I'm like this, like, I swear it was like my arm was twisted behind my back, and I was like, you know, uncle, like, you know, this is a lot, you know. Spirit obviously knows I can handle a lot more than I feel like I can. You know, if it was up to me, I would have rearranged some things, but, you know, what can you do? So I feel like this is being more the observer, and I feel like we should stop giving ourselves such a hard time, you know, when we actually rest. Or, you know, I was binging Wentworth, and, you know, it's an Australian prison drama, and it was just like, you know, I was feeling guilty, like, oh, you know, you should be doing, you know, you have a to-do list you should be doing, or this, that, and it's just like, you know what, I'm not going to do that to myself ever again. It's just appreciating the fact that I'm in a cycle where I can rest, you know. So, you know, I feel like that's what they're highlighting for a lot of us, you know, especially the last 2 years, what we've been through. It's like, you know, don't forget, you know, rest and rejuvenation. Don't forget to, you know, ground yourselves as a family, game nights, movies, whatever it is, like, you know, ground that energy. I feel like being the observer, the combination of elements. Seven of Pentacles, this is definitely taking a step back. assessing your progress. With me, it's like assessing the growth of my children. You guide them and try to grow them up with the best, moral compass as possible, great core values. But obviously, we're all individuals, and I definitely feel like as a parent, we take a step back when they go through that adolescent phase. Not so much to watch them make mistakes and fall, but letting them grow, letting them become in their own personalities, their own styles. And, we may not agree with all of their friends, and we just say, sometimes we do. I remember someone that I went to school with, her mom would tell her, oh, I don't really care for that one, watch out for that one, you know what I mean? And I respect that, because a lot of parents probably would say anything, waiting for their child to get hurt, But that's one thing I loved about her mom. Her mom was very hands-on. The Seven of Pentacles says you've been working hard towards your goals. Pentacles often signal financial moments in your experience. And so, if this is the case, know that you've been making all of the right decisions and moved so far. And your hard work will pay off. It's time to stop for a moment, however, and assess the progress. And how can you use that to your advantage in the future? And definitely it's like teach a lot of us work. Well, I got bills to pay, Yeah, but on your days off, rest. You need that rest. You need it. You need it to ground with your children. Like if you have children or your partner, whoever it is, you need that woosah time. If this card represents love or relationships, a small break or separation may be in your experience, but it's not an ending of a relationship. It may just be a quiet period where communication slows down for whatever practical reason. So, when kids go through adolescence, they're in their room more, they're, doing their own thing, they're talking to their friends, they're playing video games, whatever, drawing, I'm talking about my own kids, they film and all that stuff. So it's just like, I remember being that age. So it's just like, for me, it's just like, as long as, everything's good, it's like, give them the space to do so. Maybe one of you is on vacation or traveling, or you're merely going through an assessment phase until you can be reunited again. So I feel like in, like friendship wise, or I feel like this may be a relationship where it's just like all of a sudden communication is slowed down for whatever reason. They've gone inward, and all you can do is respect that. And I don't know if you want to reach out to them and just be like, hey, I'm here if you need me, just to say a kind word, just to let them know you're thinking of them. Just lets them know, like, they, like, we understand that you're going through something. I'm here, if you need me, if you you need a shoulder to cry on, you need a laugh, or just to be present and just, be there for you if you need to turn around and need a hug. You're there. That's the biggest thing. It's just for people to let them know, I'm thinking of you, I miss you, and, when you're ready to talk, I'm here, So the Emperor, again, bringing back order and structure. We just came out of Easter long weekend. So it's like getting back to, the grind of things. I was telling my kids that, like, they were getting burnt out there before this break. And I was just like, okay, take your break, woos out. And I said, you only got, another month to go. And then, homeschooling's done, because we start early, we finish in May. So I just told them, I'm like, we'll make it fun. We'll try to do as many field trips as possible, just to finish it off with a good bang here, do some fun things. The Emperor is symbolized by the number 4. So, 4 pillars of a home. I feel like, especially when we talk about, this Queen of Cups, and it could be highlighting you. When we talk about the Empress, with all the combination of elements, the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, and that's what the Empress embodies. She's that nurturer, she's that provider, she's that lover, she's that vessel to give birth to children. She's like everything, that monarch, she just is that person. So, Mother's Day is coming up, so maybe this is highlighting a mother figure in your life, or actually your mother, or you as a mother figure, So I feel like this is where they're talking about, I feel like they're saying to be more present, if whenever you can be more present. He also symbolizes zodiac sign Aries. So we have a sun, the sun is in Aries right now. So we're getting these combinations, you know what I mean? It was Aries, Virgo, but it was Virgo in the bad way, where it's like, make these lists right before Easter. It's like, you have all these things to accomplish, putting all this stress and weight on your shoulders, and you're just like, eek, how do I get this all done? And then we went into Aries Libra, which was the full moon, which bringing that peace. We definitely get that peace again with the high priestess, is that balance, very zen, when that's how the full moon is, very zen, very chi. We had Passover, we had the services going on the Christian and Catholic faith. If I don't know your belief system and I'm overlooking, and I apologize, it's just I'm not educated on that endeavor, but you know what I mean? I feel like it's like that chi time where we come to celebrate and ground ourselves in our spiritual beliefs and, bring that forward. And that's where I feel like the Emperor is coming out, because it's like, okay, now that's done. It's back to business. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of us overlook the spiritual side of ourselves. This card in a reading suggests that you're about to realize your goals or are well in the process of starting something wonderful in that regard today. With its connection to Aries, it also signifies a form of leadership can enter your situation. And this may mean you are required to take the lead or control on an issue. A connection to authority could be important today. And you could also simply need the advice of your dad or simply a father figure. And we were talking about that last week. We had Aries show up, and it's like, well, unfortunately, when these significant holidays come around, there are, it's the cycle of life and death that comes with it. There's some babies that are born in that time. There's some people that are unfortunately pass away at that time. You may have a contractor or even a real estate agent visit the house today to start a big project or give you a quote. It's a great day to do so when you see the Emperor appear. New opportunities have the way of finding themselves in your path today. Seize the day and build something wonderful with it. Take advantage of the opportunity of the day. Build something wonderful. Maybe you're building a home. Emperor is all about forest, so the home's foundation. When we talk about that, maybe this is regrounding yourself. I definitely feel like that energy of grounding. There's only so many hours in a day. You can only do so much, and it's just like, where can, I understand wanting to work and achieve goals, but you got to, like I said, you got to rest too. The Queen of Cups. So when the Queen of Cups arrives in your day, there's a strong sense of love and compassion coming with her. She is a joy-filled person that seeks to ensure all those around her are feeling the same abundance and love. This could be you, offering nothing but joy and love to those around you. If she is not, then know that no matter what the Queen of Cups brings to her day, she does with a loving and pure intention. You can trust her because her empathetic nature allows her to just get you without you really having to try hard at all. When this queen appears in your day, compassion and love are coming with her. And I feel like they're highlighting this, and it could be like, if you're a male child or, that's what you recognize with, it's like, I feel like this is the relationship you have with a female figure, like a mother figure, actually your mother, a grandmother. Mother's Day is around the corner. So this could be, highlighting where we're actually taking, seeing the value, you know what I mean? Definitely when we have that Seven of Pentacles here, is assessing that. Maybe we overlook that. We actually don't appreciate what that person brings to us. You know what I mean? Or this is you as a parent taking a step back and seeing that you do have, you are seen and heard by your children, So this, when we get the page, it's a young person, a young individual. With Game of Thrones, they talk about, them coming into their psychic abilities, their talents, some sort of, definitely adolescent energy there where they're coming into their own. And I feel like this is where it's the equal sharing of cups. You know what I mean? Like I was just talking about. That's why I brought it up. It's, not to brag about my kids because they asked to be, not be on social media or anything anymore. But it's just like highlighting that fact. It's just like, you know what I mean? It's like, how many people in my life have I helped out, and that was never thanked or appreciated or anything. And now I have my kids that are, preteens, and they're sitting there and they're just like, I see all the work that you're doing, and it's like, I didn't even ask them to do, these things. And they did it because they're like, Mom, we see how hard you're working. I'm just like, damn, like appreciation, you know what I mean? And it's just like, I feel like that's where it's like the universe is highlighting our crown chakra here. It's like, hear that, feel that, see that, you know what I mean? I feel like it's a pat on the back from the universe, like a job well done for like, this is why your children are this way, because the way you raise them. When the Page of Cups arrives, know that you are about to receive news that will fill your heart with joy and bliss. This could be an invitation to take things to a new level in love, or it could be an engagement or proposal. So, when like a verbal agreement, maybe you make a verbal agreement to move in with each other. The news that comes to you at this time fills you with love and optimism. Where love has previously gone wrong, now it is going right. When this card appears at work or money readings, know that the news that or message will arrive that will make you feel like you're on your soul's path of success. Definitely. What is the biggest accomplishment as a parent? Is for your children to sit there and love and care on you the way that you do for them. You know what I mean? That you sit there and, just to be seen like that, I usually, for myself, it's like until I was an adult, I didn't realize how difficult and stressful it was. When I moved out on my own, it's just like, damn, like not only do you have to, are you responsible for your toiletries, because I was taught that, thank God, by an individual in my life for a year, like, this is how much money you have to buy X, Y, and Z. Whatever you have left over is your man money. And I appreciated that, and that's what I instill in my kids. This is your allowance. This is for your man money. You do what you want, but once that money is done, that's it, And, it teaches them, like that sometimes they'll borrow and then the next month they're like, wow, like I don't have that. I'm like, yeah. So I said, that's how life is. If you sit there and you spend a little too much, you're like, dang, like your next check, you're like, ow, that hurts. So you gotta curve back your spending, teaching them to save. So the Two of Cups represents a happy and blissful pair strengthened in the union of unconditional love. What is the biggest thing between, children and parents or guardians, whatever it is that unconditional love. This is one of the things that really resonated with me when it came to the Hebrew faith. Is one of the prayers that we sing before we light the Kiddush is a prayer of unconditional love. And when they sat there, and it's all in Hebrew, so I they had subtitles, and I was just like, what a beautiful song. And they said the best way to, when they talk about certain things, is the relationship between God and his children is the same way between a parent and a child, and that unconditional love. And it's like, dang, that really resonated with me. And ever since I saw that, I was just like, like the other thing was when we say Shalom Aleichem, welcoming not only you as a human being on this earth, but also your soul, your entity, your true self, So just, I could gush about it for a while. I love it. Each individual brings love to the table with pure intentions and a pure heart. And I feel like this is what they're saying. They're highlighting this. This is why I feel like they're saying with the crown there. They're like, hey, dummy, wake up and realize what's around you. Don't overlook that. Don't mistreat that. Don't, who was saying that? I think it was last night. They sat there and they're like, if you love somebody, let them know. I can't remember how it was being said, but it was just like, I think it was TikTok, if I'm not mistaken. And they were talking about that, you know what I mean? Like, we sit there, we keep these things to ourselves, and we never tell people we love them, we miss them, X, Y, and Z, and it's just like, that's an opportunity missed. Anytime I think of someone, it's like I try to text them and reach out to them and like, hey, you've been on my mind, how you doing? The Two of Cups often appears in love readings. It can appear in business readings as well. It's a good time to take on a new partner, initiate and move with a new partner, or extend an offering to a partner in your life. Whether this is work or play, you may also meet someone special when this card appears. So it just depends where you are in your journey. You know what I mean? You could be meeting someone at work. This King of Wands could be the person. For me, I feel like it's a financial advisor because they're financially savvy. But it's always different for everybody. So the Page of Cups, and I feel like this is someone highlighting a young individual in your life. So it could be a young male in your life. And I feel like they always talk about a youth. So, I feel like this is them, as you fill their cup, they fill yours. This could be a friendship. This could be a child and parent. This could be your partner. Maybe your partner is younger than you. When the Page of Cups arrives, know that you're about to receive news that will fill your heart with joy and bliss. This could be an invitation to take things to a new level in love, or it could even be an engagement or proposal. So in the sense of, engagement and proposal, I feel like this is like a verbal agreement to move in with each other. They're saying house payment. So maybe you're making a verbal agreement about a house payment. Maybe you're not married and you're moving in together. Maybe you're making a verbal contract. I honestly, You never know with this world. I would definitely make a contract. The news that comes to you at this time fills you with love and optimism. Where love has previously gone wrong is now going to go right. When our children's go through adolescence, isn't that, love going the wrong way? It's just like, oh. When this card appears in work or money readings, know that the news that or a message will arrive that will make you feel like you're on your soul's path of success. For me, it was definitely that when I, being half asleep and I'm just like, whoa, the dishes are put away. And they're just like, yeah, we put them away because, we see how hard you're working. I was just like, wow. I was like, thank you. You know what I mean? Totally unexpected. Just came like, nothing like being half asleep and you getting woken up with a happy surprise, right? So the Two of Cups, and I feel like this is the equal exchange of, like supporting each other. It doesn't necessarily, when they talk about unconditional love, it doesn't mean a romantic sense. It's just that mutual respect between each other. The Two of Cups represents a happily and blissful pair, strengthened in the union of unconditional love. Each individual brings love to the table with pure intentions and a pure heart. The Two of Cups card often appears in love readings, but can appear in business readings as well. It can be a good time to take on a new partner, initiate a new move with a new partner, extend an offering to a partner in your life. Whether it is work or play, you may meet someone special when this card appears. I think I just read that. What's wrong with me? It's just been one of those weeks. I apologize. Oh, man. But it's, I definitely feel like, highlighting those people in your life. Maybe you overlook someone in your life, I feel like. Maybe you overlook them right now because they're not typically what you go for. You know what I mean? So I feel like this is their way of saying, like, pay attention. Definitely with their highlighting our crown chakra, our eyes, our ears, our head. I definitely feel like it's like having everything in sync, and it's like being more the observer. You know what I mean? And I feel like, sometimes we're like, oh, we want them to look like what's his name? Jason Momoa. You know what I mean? And it's just like, okay, but you're overlooking this gentleman that would give you, or who am they, you're looking over them and not realizing they would give you everything that you ever wanted, where, and nothing, I'm not saying this is Jason Momoa. He may, like, overlook you or mistreat you, or, have some quirks and kinks you didn't expect. So it's just like, yeah, the packaging is beautiful, but it's like, what's inside? How are they going to treat you in a relationship? And again, this is nothing against him. I'm just saying, like, in a nutshell here, because that's just who came to mind. They were showing Channing Tatum too, so I don't know. Just as an example, as a good-looking guy. The High Priestess is a reminder that you don't know everything in the situation. It is possible that someone is withholding information from you, or that you're not been given the facts. Seeing the tarot card means that you are the one that needs to implore to their own devices to get into the truth of the matter. The High Priestess is very spiritual and not bogged down by fantasy. She deals with information and references that you may not have all the facts at this time. This is why the Major Arcana card is not about action, not an action card, but a sign to take a passive approach. You may have all the answers within. Maybe you're feeling like someone's withdrawing from you and you just feel a certain way, and it's like, well, maybe they're going through something. It's not because of you, it's just they're going through something internally. We are getting this at the beginning of May, so the next new moon is at the end of the month of April, so this is May 1st. We have our cards in the seated position, and I definitely feel like that's patience. It's like, we're instant gratification. You go on Google, what's the answer? We get mad when their search engine takes 10 years to find the answer, or it comes up with the wrong answer. You know what I mean? So I feel like this is just like, be patient, let it come in its good timing. You know what I mean? Maybe you're just too busy, or you're missing, we were talking about that with the Hermit in reverse yesterday. Maybe you're missing that information. Maybe there were little seeds that were dropped there, little hints, and you didn't hear them. You didn't see them. So maybe that's why they're withdrawing, because you're not hearing and seeing them, and I definitely feel like this is where Spirit is like, you got to do a little better here, maybe because you're so busy working and you're tired. That's why you're missing all these cues, so I definitely feel like this is like, take a step back, take some time for yourself, woo-sow, take time to reground as a family, definitely when they're highlighting the 4 pillars of the home, definitely talking about, highlighting the home life, regroup, have fun, going back to the past 2 years, you know that was forced upon us, but it's like, don't forget those things. Don't forget how important that precious time is. So I hope you guys enjoyed these daily tarot cards for Friday, April 22nd, 2022. Great day for manifestations. We'll see you for the next daily tarot card. May the universe bless you good. Bye.